Hey everybody, welcome to, is it Tuesday night? No, it says Thursday. Is it Tuesday? Or is it Thursday?
It's Thursday.
Seriously, this is not, I really thought it was Tuesday. All right, so it says right in front of me Thursday, but I thought Alan made a mistake.
I'm always right.
Yeah, except that statement wasn't right. Anyway, welcome everybody to Thursday night, apparently, at the LDRS Creative Studio. I am so thrilled. I don't know what's going on with me. I think it was so much easier to keep track of like what day it was when I had class on a certain day, or, I had to, like even going into the office made a big difference, when you have to get up and it's Monday because you're going into the office, or it's Friday because the weekend's coming, and all that stuff. And now with, we're still basically working from home. So it's all just kind of, blending into one big old day. So anyway, sorry about that. All is good here though. Feeling great today. Actually feeling really, really good. I don't know if you guys follow us. I don't know if you follow us on Instagram or not. But I've never been one to like look up like all these inspirational sayings and all this stuff. And I don't like read these, books of, poems and all that stuff. But for some reason, I don't know what's gotten into me lately. I've really been, I don't know, I've been thinking a lot about, women and strong women, and, and teaching my son to, to stand up for himself and being a strong individual and everything, and just independence and all of that. And I don't know if it goes, with, I don't know really what it goes along with, but so I've been posting some things on Instagram, some things that I really, really love. And I've been finding these wonderful, wonderful quotes. And it's just been really, really good. And I think I'm trying to remember the one that I posted just the other day. It said something about, when you think that you're down or something, you're not down, you've actually been planted. And I thought, wow, I just thought it was so profound. I think people, just think it's really important to find strength within yourself. And I think that's really important today, in what's going on today and everything too. Not that this is going to become this big lecture or anything, but I think that is just a really, really big thing, is finding strength within yourself and finding happiness within yourself. And so anyway, I'm having a really great day, and that's something that I keep in my mind. And I always try and stay really positive. I'm probably the most positive person in this household, which sometimes is difficult. When the people around you aren't quite as positive. But I do believe that positive energy breeds positive energy, and I don't know. I think part of this also comes from just feeling really, really good about what we're putting out in this company and the products that we're producing and stuff, and things that I'm really excited about, and I can't wait to show you guys. Speaking of which, we've got our next release that's going to be coming up, I think it's going to be like close to the end of May, and I cannot wait. It's so hard. I've seen comments where some of you guys are like, she's a really good secret keeper, and I'm really not. It's really hard for me to keep secrets. So, but anyway, I'm rambling, and I'm so sorry. It's been 3 minutes of me rambling, but I've had nobody else to talk to other than Alan and my son. Anyway, gosh, it's good to be here with you guys. So anyway, today we're going to be playing with the Magnolia Stamp. I came up into the studio and I thought, I want to watercolor, but I wanted to watercolor loosely. I didn't want to watercolor like real precise and try and make it look real. And I thought, I just want to do something kind of light and airy. And I thought this Magnolia Stamp, I haven't worked with it yet. It's part of our most recent collection, our spring collection. And I haven't played with it yet. And, other than when we were prepping like for, trade show and stuff like that. So I thought that I would play with that today, and I'm really excited about it. So anyway, hello to everybody. I know that there were, there's always people that come from all different parts of the country and parts of the world. So it's so exciting. Hello to Will. Yay. I know Liz is out there too. Liz, I hadn't seen you in a while. Actually, I don't know if you're there tonight, but I know that you've been there recently, and I hadn't seen you in a little while. So if you are out there, welcome back. Good to see you. And I can't see everybody's names, so I wish I could rattle off your names like I used to, but I can't see it all this anymore. But anyway, I know you're there, and I appreciate it. And it's been 5 minutes now, so we're gonna cut to the reason that we're here. So let's go to camera number 2.
That took forever.
Wow, you would think I had a second cup of caffeine today. All right, so this is what we're playing with today, Magnolia. I love magnolias. We actually planted, well, we've planted 2 magnolia trees now. 2 magnolia trees in the yard, and we're going to be ripping this one out now too because it's going nowhere. I don't know what it is. Our magnolia trees, and we've had this. This is what, year number 4? Every year, you know, I
think we had 2 that lasted 4 years.
Yeah, I think it was 2. Yeah, 4 years apiece. Yeah, because the arborist, you know, we have him out here. I'm like, what's wrong with this tree? I only get flowers up at the top. And he's like, give him 1 more year. Well, I'm done with giving it 1 more year. But I do love magnolias, and that's why we have this Magnolia set. This is a 4x6 stamp set. I absolutely love it. If you're not familiar with our floral stamp sets, these 4x6 sets that we have, they really are, you know, complete. This is like all you really need in terms of stamps. You've got your large flower. You have some really sweet little accessories. In this one, we've actually got a little bee, little bumblebee, and we have the little trail, you know, for where he flew. We've got large words in here as well as sentiments that go with it. And then we always have some sort of a little, like a little border stamp so that you can create some really fun little patterns. On the back, you can see, you know, it's an example of how you can color it up. You don't have to color it that way, but that gives you an idea of what it looks like colored up. And then, of course, we have the coordinating dies that are sold separately. And each of these is going to cut out, it's actually going to cut out every, you know, it's going to cut out every single one of the, like the flowers and the little bee and the large words. So you're going to get 5 dies in here all together. So I always try and pair, not always, but almost always try and pair up with some other things that we have in the collection. And I thought, I'm going to pull out this Country Lane paper pack because, you know, we're in spring already. We're heading into summer. And I absolutely, this is one of my favorite paper packs that we've ever done. This is a double-sided paper pack. This is part of our Pattern Play product line. This is all about different patterns. It is double-sided, so they're absolutely gorgeous papers. So I pulled a sheet out of this. This is also, it's heavier cardstock, so it's 80-pound cardstock. The darker colors, because this is actually toner printed, you can actually print or use these darker colors with foil. They're perfect, beautiful with foil. So I pulled those out and I grabbed a paper from that. And then I also grabbed my trusty A2 stitch layered card toppers to make it really, really easy to do some card toppers and some layers. And then I ended up grabbing my scalloped circle set because I decided to use this largest scalloped circle for my card. And then I grabbed a few other things and we'll get to those momentarily. So that's everything I got. Hopefully you guys have something to craft with because this is a craft along. We're going to kind of shift gears and go into my little bag of goodies here because we are going to do a little bit of watercoloring. Alan, will you get that, my watercolor paper? Heck, oh, look at this. See this? See that? I got this for Alan. It's right there. Yeah. So I'm pointing right there, paper pack. See how that really helped? So he got it right away. Meow. Meow. Meow, meow, kitty, meow, meow. So this is our watercolor paper. You get 10 sheets in this pack, and I love this stuff. It is really smooth. It's 110 pounds, so it's really good and thick paper, really smooth. It's a beautiful, beautiful white, not even a creamy white. It's a beautiful, like bright white. I just love it. You can see, hear that? You can hear how thick that is. But it's smooth and it's wonderful and it works beautifully with the Caran markers, and that's what I'm actually going to be working with today. So here's the Caran markers. So get a pen if you want to write down these colors, because I guarantee I will not remember which colors they are when it comes time for me to put the details into the description. So Alan, will you switch to camera number 3 so we can get a little bit closer up on the shot? Got my water here. Okay. So let's see, Karin markers. I don't know if I'm going to use all these, but we're going to see. So I got 3 different purples. This is the first time I'm working with a neon. This one, let me lower this down here. This one's called Neon Red Lilac. All right, so jot that down if you want. And then I've got Plum. And then I have just plain old regular lilac. This is much darker than the other. I've also got Gold. I love that. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful yellow. And then in terms of blues, I've got Cool Aqua. And then I've also got Ocean Teal. And so I grabbed these colors because this is the paper that I pulled from my Country Lane paper pack. It's right here. See this paper right here? So this is the one that I grabbed. Here's the back side. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful teal? It looks gorgeous with this ocean teal. The cap looks more green than it actually is. The color comes out very, very close to the color in the paper. And then I'm accenting with that Cool Aqua. And then I did decide to go with a purple because I thought that the color, that beautiful purple that's in this paper pack is just stunning with that teal. So I thought, well, I'm going to paint this up with purple. So I do have a few different paint brushes here. These are some watercolor brushes, and yes, they're all 3 different brands. This is my standard one. This is a Winsor Newton. This is a 000. It is a round brush, watercolor. I don't know what brand this one is. I don't even know if I'm going to use it, but this one is a little bit larger. I'm guessing this is I think this is maybe a number, I'm guessing a number 1 roughly. And then I also have this one here that is a number 2. They're all, of course, round because I like to use round when I'm watercoloring. So I'm going to start with the larger one. I've got my trusty little towel here. And let's see, what else do I have here? I've already stamped my image. I went ahead and stamped it with my Raven. This is a hybrid ink, so I can use watercolor paints with a hybrid ink. Hybrid ink basically is a combination ink, so I can use it in all different mediums. It's wonderful. So it's kind of your go-to. It's the only one you really have to grab. So I went ahead and I stamped it in black. I haven't done any embossing or anything with this. You can, because you can emboss with a hybrid ink. Works perfectly fine. At least with ours. I don't know necessarily. I shouldn't speak to other companies. I don't really know. I haven't tested them all. So anyway, I'm going to start. Oh, and I die cut this with my scallop circle with the largest. I love these. I love this scallop. It's got that beautiful little detail, that little eyelet detail. It's so dainty. So I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm going to start going. I do have a glass mat here, so I'm going to put down some color. This is with my Karin marker. This is the Neon Red Lilac, and I want to really control the color, the amount of color that goes down. So, so that's why I am putting the color. I'm not going directly to the paper with the color. I'm going on the mat, and I'm just going to put some water on this entire flower right now. Get a little bit of water here in this color. Like I said, I want to do this really kind of loose. I just want to keep it nice and light. Maybe some little white areas maybe. I already have a little bit of water down. So this, again, is that Neon Red Lilac. If you have any questions, please put them out there. Marilyn is asking, will you be doing a demo on the A2 envelope die from HSN? The envelope die, actually, is it the envelope die or the envelope box die? Now that we have both of them out there.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I assumed it was the new one.
Yeah, Marilyn, I guess I'm wondering, are you referring to the new one, the envelope box die? Because I haven't demoed that yet. I did demo the regular A2 envelope die previously. So I'm wondering which one you're referring to. I know there's a lot of people were asking about that envelope box die. You know, what size machine do you have to have with it? The largest die does require a larger machine. I think it is the shortest side of the largest die. Okay, did you get that? Shortest side of the largest die is 6.5 inches. So it does require that you use a larger machine. So you can see how, you know, simply I'm getting this color down. I don't want to be real complicated with it. I just want to kind of fill in that color. Very light, really pretty. Look how pretty that is. Just a little bit of color. All right, so we filled in a tiny bit. It's like layer number 1 all around that really pretty lilac. There we go. So yeah, so let me know if you, Marilyn, if you can answer that question, that would be helpful. Alan, if you could find that. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this one up here, this color. I love the glass because it comes right off of there so easily. So now I'm going to put a little bit of color down. This is my Cool Aqua. All right. So this is going to give me, actually I don't want this really big brush. This is why I have 2 different size brushes, or 3 different. I'm going to go to my smallest brush now and just put a little bit of water down on the little stem. And yeah, I'm going to put this blue, this teal and stuff on the stem. Actually, I'm just going to stay up in the really skinny areas here. I'm going to come right onto the stem. So it's not going to be a traditional color for a stem. And that's all right. It's just going to be pretty. Come back down here where I put a little bit of that color. All right. Now I'm going to go to my middle brush. I'm dabbing into this water here, which is here. That's why you see my hand go up. But I'm zoomed in so you guys can really see what I'm doing. That's why I can't necessarily see everything. Like you can't see my little water container, because I want you to be able to see a little more close up what I'm actually doing. So I'm just putting water all over here. I want this blue to go on really, just really kind of faint. Because this is going to be more like the highlight color. And then I'm going to come in with that really pretty teal. And we'll just darken it up a bit. So really, really easy. Okay, I'm going to wipe that color up now. And now my lilac on the Magnolia should be dry. So now I'm going to go to Plum. Get some of that out of there. And I'm going to start on these bigger flowers here. Actually, I'm going to go back up here. And now I'm going to go 1 flower petal at a time. I've got the water down.
The box die.
The box die, okay.
The box.
So I'm going to leave a little bit of space and go to this next petal over here. There we go. Just smooth out that line just a little bit between the 2. Isn't it pretty? I think it's beautiful. All right, so I'm going to come down here now because I'm trying not to put water on two petals that are right next to each other now, because I don't want the color to bleed together between the two. All right, so I'm going to go over to this one, put water down over the whole thing, pick up a little bit of color. And I always start in kind of close where it either comes into the center or where it looks like it might be overlapping with another flower petal. Okay, very simple. Pick up a little bit of that color down at the base, and now I'm going to rinse, tap off, and I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. This is the easiest watercoloring you are ever going to do. There we go. I think anyway. Okay, rinse that off, get the color off, and then just kind of blend that color up a bit. See how soft that looks? It's so pretty. Let's come over to this one here, pick up a little bit of color. Really gentle and soft and just beautiful. I love that, I love how this pink and the purple look when they blend together. Colors are just gorgeous together. So pretty. Okay, so I'm going to come back up to this one up here. Push some of that up a little bit. Just smooth out that line a bit. What brand are the markers? Christy is asking. This is a Karin. So you can see it says Karin right here. And this is the Brush Marker Pro. We actually do have these in the store.
There's some 60s and the little ones. I don't think many people bought the little tiny ones.
Okay, we do
We're
have.
out of the 72s, aren't we?
Okay, we do have different sized packs. We've got, we do have this like almost like a starter pack if you want to try them out. That's a really good way to go. We also have the 60 packs, and I think we might, I'm not sure what the other size packs are, but this is, I don't know if I can get this in here, but this is really what it looks like. Yeah, you want to go up to the other camera? I can't get in here too much because of the water, but this is really what it looks like. This is actually the 72 pack that includes all of the, markers in the 60 pack. Plus it has 12 neon colors in there. The first color that I worked with, this neon red lilac, is part, I believe that's only in that, that 72 pack. At least out of the packs that we have.
Wow, that's a big brush you got there.
Yes, this is a big brush. Wow, thank you.
It's like a sewing needle.
I know, it's like so long. Look at this brush. My gosh.
What do they call it? Knitting.
Knitting needle? It is. I ordered it, I remember, from Blick Art Materials, and I did not realize it was going to be this size when I ordered it, but I do love the actual brush on it, though. It's really nice. I mean, it watercolors beautifully. All right, look how pretty. So you can see how fast this goes. Get some of that water off. If the water really pools, you can pull some of it off of there. Because you don't want so much that you're not going to have control. There we go. So pretty. There are some areas that I'm going to leave and get with the much smaller brush. And I will get like a darker color in there with that brush as well. Now in here, I'm going to get this color a little bit darker right up in like where these would be like little wells of the flower petal. Pull some of that color off. There we go. Sorry, sometimes it's hard for me to talk when I'm doing this. Get some of that darker in there. Rinse off and just kind of blend that out a bit with some water and smooth that out a bit there. All right. It's looking so pretty already. We haven't really even done very much. This is what I mean. Like watercoloring can be so simple, so therapeutic. And this is just going to be very, very gentle. Let's see. All right, so for some of those smaller areas, I'm going to go in with a smaller brush. This is my tiny little brush. It's my 000. So like right in here, I want to get color just right up along that line. And leave the highlight on the front of the petal. This one I'm going to get it underneath a tiny little bit. And then this one I'll get it on the back end of it. Just a little bit. There we go. And then right here, too much water. So when I get that pool of it, I gotta get some of that water back up. So I'm drying off my brush, collecting some water, and then brushing off. Tiny little bit of color. Just go along that edge. There we go. And then this little edge right here, get a little bit of color, and then come right up the edge, but leave some of that white, just so you get that highlight. They're pretty. I do have a couple of little areas here that I want to smooth out just a bit, so I'm just going to come in with a little bit more water before it completely dries. And then I'm going to come in and wipe this color up, the rest of it. And now I'm going to go to my darkest color, which is lilac. I don't need a lot of this one. I got my largest brush. I'm going to collect some water. I don't want a lot here. And I just want to come into some of the areas here where I just want to kind of add a little bit of a deeper color, but I still want to blend it a bit. It's just where they kind of meet, where some of these petals might meet and shadow each other a little bit. It's a little well right in here. A little bit of water. There we go. See how much that little bit makes a difference. A little bit right down in here. I do like a more smooth kind of a blend between colors. I think I'm going to move to a little bit bigger brush right in here just to smooth that out a little bit more between those colors. There we go. Got to be careful with the amount of water because I don't want it to all blend out. There we go. So I'm going to go back to that smaller brush and get some of that down here at the bottom. So pretty. Darker color kind of well right in here where these two come together. A little bit in there. There. Isn't that pretty? I think it's pretty. I hope you like it. Let me grab a little more color here. This again is lilac. And I'm just going to kind of do the same thing right down in some of the areas on this one. Just to add a little bit, some darker areas. Blend that out a bit. There we go. Right up here where these meet, tuck a little bit in here. A little more water. Dry it off. If it looks like you have too much water, you're going to dry that off a bit. Actually, I'm going to go to my next size brush because I have a bigger area here that I need to blend. So I'm going up in brush size a bit. I'm going to blend this a little more here. So watch the areas as they dry too. And if you start seeing, a line that you're not happy with, get a little more water on there and smooth that out before it dries completely. Okay, you want to work it when you have control of it. These little areas here. Smooth those out a little bit. We have any questions? We do have questions. What surface is the brush marker sitting on? This is a glass mat that I'm using here. I know there's different companies that have them. I think Ranger has one. Mine is actually a custom one that I designed. I can't remember the name of the company where I ordered it, but I designed it. That's why you see our flowers here. That was from Cindy, but this is a glass mat, which they're wonderful. They're just wonderful. So I can mix my colors right on there if I want, and then I can just wipe it off. Erlene is saying, what size brush am I using? Right now I'm using a 000. This is a 000 round. But I do have 3 different size brushes. This one I'm guessing is like a number 1. And then the other brush I was using is a number 2, and they're all round. They are all watercolor brushes as well. But right now for this kind of more fine detail, I'm using the smaller brush. And then Peggy is saying, do you use the neon colors often? You know, to be honest with you, I don't. This is the first time I've ever used the neon color. I don't really know why it's called neon after I've used it, because it didn't have an, I was actually concerned. I was like, well, I don't know if I need those neon colors. But it was actually a really pretty color. So I'm really happy I have it. But you know, if you're asking, do you need to have the neon colors? I don't think you do. I think, you know, if you want to have the, you know, the big 72 pack, then absolutely get it. But I think that the 60 pack is perfectly fine, to be honest with you. You know, it depends on how, you know, and what you're looking for and what you want to do. Oh, I forgot to get that one. I need a little more color. Actually, this is the wrong one. Let's do this one. I forgot that little flower there. Started it and then I neglected it.
Shouldn't it be green?
It's a little bud. No, I still want the flower to have some color. Okay, so there's that. So then the next thing, I mean, see what I mean? It's very, very loosely colored. I think it's really pretty, very soft. So now I'm adding in some of this ocean teal. And now we're gonna, you know, right now we have like the stem is blue. But I'm gonna add a little bit of this ocean teal in here. And it's still gonna be, you know, non-traditional for a stem. You wouldn't find a teal colored stem probably, right, in nature, but you can in art. Let's just blend that out a little bit. And then I'm using that, that cool aqua kind of as my highlight. And at this point I am sticking with the smaller brush because these areas that I'm getting into right now are a little more fine. And so, you know, this brush that I'm using now, this is my 000. This is the one that I use most often.
Done with those questions?
Yep, I'm all done with those questions. I think I got them all. I can't really tell what this is supposed to, I know that this is leaf over here, so we're just gonna kind of wing it since I can't really see the full shape of it. I will leave a little bit of that blue and a little bit of it green. Here we go. Dab in. If you feel like you have too much color, that's when you're going to dab back in. And I'm actually going to bring some more water in here and remove some of that color and push that back up. Because I think I got too much color on there. Here we go. Is Will with us tonight?
Yes.
Hello, Will. There we go. I think I need a little more color. If it seems like it's getting watered down, then just add a little more of the color in there. There we go. But as you can see, I mean, I'm laying this down quite quickly, I think, anyway. So I'm not being, you know, really precise. I want a clean brush so I can pull back on some of that green, push that green back. I'm going to blend that out gently. There we go. Now this is dried a little bit, so I'm going to put some of those darker greens back in. And I think it's looking pretty good. I'll come back in here a little bit stronger. I have less water now, and just kind of strengthen that teal a bit. And keep some of the highlights. So, you know, I mean, I'm not going for a realistic look. I just want it to be pretty. Blend this out a bit. And try and maintain a little bit of color separation so I have some light and dark color. Get all that color off my brush and smooth this out a bit. There we go. Just smooth out my edge here a bit. A little bit of water. But you don't want too much water because you don't want it all to blend together. So I think that's really as far as I'm going to go with that. Let me do one more thing. No water, just a little bit of water on my brush. I do want to deepen some of these areas here. Rinse that off and then blend a tiny bit of water. I think that just makes it a little more intense. There we go. Pretty. And then the last color is going to be right in the center of that flower. And this is when I have this gold, a little bit of gold. Lorraine is saying, do you need to let the stamping ink dry for a certain amount of time before you begin using the watercolor? I would let it dry just maybe for a few minutes. It doesn't require a lot. I'm picking up some of this yellow and just going into the center, but I'm going to leave some of the white around it a little bit, just so it stays nice and vibrant, and the white is just going to kind of highlight a little bit. And that's it. Easy peasy. Get that water out of here. All right. So I'm going to go ahead, put these markers away, get cleaned up here a little bit. Now we're going to put a card together. So look how easy that was. I mean, it's pretty simple. I think it's really pretty, but it's nice, clean, and simple. You know, if you want, you could use those colors to kind of sprinkle, you know, with your brush, if you want to sprinkle the colors around and stuff. I don't feel like making the mess, so I'm not going to do it. Okay, so here's my card base. This is an A2. So this is technically, it's a half of a letter size sheet of paper. So I've taken it, I cut it at 5 1/4, scored it, I'm sorry, 5 1/2. Scored it at 4 1/4 and folded it. That's all we've got there. This is the paper from my Country Lane. I also grabbed a couple of, this is just ribbon. I mean, I have this collection of ribbon from I don't know how many years, and so I literally went and grabbed what I had. This one is, who's this by? This is actually Stampin' Up. They have beautiful ribbon. I mean, I don't know what they have now because I haven't looked at their stuff in a long time, but back in the day, they used to have really gorgeous ribbon. I'm assuming they still do. Always love their ribbon. Beautiful, beautiful ribbon. So anyway, I pulled these two ribbons out. We're going to see how those are going to work for us. And I didn't want this to be so vibrant. I wanted to tone down this beautiful paper. I mean, look how gorgeous that looks together. It's stunning. But I really want the eyes to be on the flowers here. So I grabbed my vellum and I went ahead and I die cut. I don't know if you can see the stitch marks. Both of these were actually die cut with the A2, the largest die from the A2 stitched layered card toppers. So they are identical in size. They will fit perfectly over the top of my A2 card. And they have really pretty stitching that is harder to see on camera, but I can see it, you know, in real life here. So I'm going to go ahead. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this vellum right down to my my card topper here. And I'm just, because this is going to go kind of off center a little bit up toward the top, I'm just going to go right ahead and put my tape right on the vellum here. And lay, I mean, you can't see it through there or anything. I'm actually going to put some down here too, because I'm going to be laying some things over it. That's going to make sure that I have enough to hold it everywhere. So just let me put this right down over the top. I would normally get my head right into the camera there. Ah! As it falls out of my hand with tape on it. Isn't that just dandy? Let's go like this. I'm terrible at lining things up unless I can put my head right over it. And I don't want to get my head in the camera. So bear with me, folks. Usually goes by a little faster than that. So there we go. There is that. And I do want to put, I think I want to put this up here. Thinking of wrapping these around, and then I'm thinking of putting this up on foam. It's kind of my idea. Let's see how we do. Where's my scissors? So look how tiny this little roll of foam is getting. Oh my goodness. Gonna have to get a new one out soon. I didn't cut that very well. If you have little excess pieces like that, just tack it right back on there again. You know what? I'm going to use that piece that I cut, and I'm going to cut a couple of smaller little pieces off of it, just so that I get all of the ends. Actually, that'll fit there. I think that will fit just fine. There we go. And then I can lay this here. Let's see how this is going to work. So if I put that there, this is everything that I'm working with here. These are from the Magnolia. See how we have the best wishes in here? So I went ahead and I stamped best wishes, and then I die cut them with the coordinating dies. And so now I'm going to put a little bit of foam on these, but I'm going to see where I'm going to place them. I don't know where they're going to go yet. And I'm not sure how this is going to go. So let's see how we're going to end up here. Kind of had it in my head, but we're going to see how it's going to work. So I want this to be popped up, thinking it's going to go like this. How does it look on camera? It actually looks really cute on camera. Do I want it down here more? Maybe down a little bit. Yeah, I like that. I think it's cute. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this into place. This is a really quick and easy and fun way to make a gorgeous, personalized handmade card. All hand painted, but easily hand painted, right? And then these are going to go, all right, so let's do, I don't want to tape these down. What I want to do, oopsie, what I want to do, where'd my tape go? Here it is. Is that the bottom? Yep, that's the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and put the tape like this on the back. That way, put this up on here. This one's going first. Right, let's see. Lay these out so I know where they're going to go. I like it underneath that scallop just a little bit. So that's going to go like that. Have that right in place. I've already got my tape on the back. I can just tuck that back behind. Make sure it is straight. I'm really weird about having everything straight and taut. There we go. There we go. So that's one. I'm going to leave a little bit of space between them because I think it's really pretty. So here goes my first one. I've already got my tape behind. Nice and tight. There we go. Look how pretty. I like it. Then I need to get, these are going to go on here. Wishes and best. So this is where I have to get a little bit creative with my tape because I've got, this is already up on tape, right? On the foam tape. So the left side of the word best, if I want this to be higher up, I need to have 2 layers underneath the B, right? Just like so. And then I can put 1 layer underneath the rest. Let's see where that's going to land. So over here I only need 1 layer because my second layer is already underneath my magnolias. Right? Let's see how we're going to do. Let's put the word best on here. Best wishes.
Man, that tape, that
what?
two-sided tape there, foam is getting small.
I know, I know. And so now the ES is going to have 2 layers here, but this W portion is only going to have 1 layer. So we have 2 layers here for the ES. Alan is hovering over me. He's like my watchdog. He's like, what's she doing?
What you doing?
What are you doing? All right, and then 1 layer over here. I'm doing it up on this because I have tape back here and I don't want it to get stuck on the glass right now. There we go. It works. What do you know? What do you know? No, there's no song there. I'm just making stuff up. That looks straight? I think that's straight. Look how cute. I like it. I like it. Okay, so best wishes. And then this is going to go on my card front here. So I need to, you know what I could do? I could stamp, now, and you could do this at any point, but you could stamp follow your dreams on the inside here. So maybe this is for graduation, and let's do that. This could be a graduation card. Do you know anybody that's graduating soon? I'm going to put that follow your dreams. You know what? Or maybe somebody has decided a career change or something. That could be perfect time for best wishes and follow your dreams. I think that's perfect. Maybe they decided to start their own business. Ah!
Don't do it.
I was never designed to be in a corporate environment. I can tell you that. Some people can do that and some people can't. It never worked well for me. And I did it. I mean, I actually have a degree in finance. So the concentration in banking. This may come up on a quiz at some point, folks, so pay attention. But I actually have a degree in finance with concentration in banking. And so I actually used to be in finance. And then I got into IT, not that anybody asked the question. And I was a programmer for a number of years. And I actually worked for EDS for a while. Electronic Data Systems. Remember them? Look at that, perfect, stampendable every time. But then when we decided to start a family, I couldn't sit and program for hours on end. So I had my own consulting business, and I let that go. And then I started scrapbooking my son. And here I am. Scrapbooking led to card making, led to being a designer, and you never know where life is going to take you. So follow your dreams. Never be afraid to try something new. Never let somebody tell you you can't. All right. Never let somebody make you afraid to try. This is all my advice tonight. All right. Here we go. Okay, so this is going to go, make sure I got the card. It's going to go this way. I like to turn it this direction here to lay card topper on it. It's just how I'm most comfortable. There we go. And then we're done. I love how that vellum just kind of gives it a beautiful, soft, gorgeous, delicate touch, and it softens that teal back there. It's just beautiful. I think it's so pretty. And so now, instead of the focus being on that gorgeous teal background pattern paper, it literally is in the backdrop and it's an accent. And so now all the focus is on the beautiful magnolias. So it says, best wishes, follow your dreams. And I don't know if you could tell or not, but I'm getting back into using my ribbon because I love ribbon and I haven't used it in a long time. And so I'm getting back into it. All right, Alan, you want to switch the camera back? Sure. Yay. I hope you guys enjoyed this card. I think it is so pretty. I really do. I think it's just very feminine. Doesn't that look great with the red behind it? I didn't plan this well. I'm really clashing with the card.
What adhesive did you use on the vellum, which I didn't even see?
Oh, the vellum, I literally just used, I paid attention to where, I used my Scotch Advanced Tape Glider. That's what I used. We do have this in the store. I love this tape. It's wonderful. We only have one left? Yeah. Ooh. But that's what I used. I was careful to put the tape behind, where, the different, pieces were going to go on the front. But you really can't see this tape very well through the vellum. It works beautifully. So, but that is what I used. Yay. I think it's so pretty. I really do. I love it. This is a perfect example too. You don't have to match up, like I'm looking over here at the screen, but you don't necessarily have to match up the colors, like this purple doesn't color coordinate perfectly with this purple. I do have a deeper purple in here, but as long as it's in the same color family, I don't necessarily mean that it's all purple, but as long as the purples work well together. So this is really kind of a darker shade of that purple, so it's a different kind of a hue or a tone or whatever to that to that same shade. It's they look so pretty together. So I hope you like it. Yay! So today we're going to do a giveaway, Mr. Hunt. Oh. Giveaway. Okay. So if you haven't gotten your name out there, make sure you do. We're going to give away. Let's do this. Let's give away the Country Lane paper pack. It's a double-sided paper pack. You're going to love this. The colors are stunning. So if you haven't gotten a comment out there, make sure to get a comment out there because we don't know that you're here unless you leave a comment. You got a name for me, Misto? Yeah. Marilyn Bellis? Marilyn, you won the Country Lane paper pack. Congratulations. I need you to do me a favor, please, because we can only ship this to you if we have your address. So do me a favor, please, and send an email to customerservice@ldrscreative.com. We need your name, we need your complete mailing address, and we will get your Country Lane paper pack out to you right away. Congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us too. Yay. So exciting. You're going to love it. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Alrighty. So do we have any announcements for anybody today? Anything that I'm supposed to announce that I'm not remembering? I don't think so. I think that's it. I really like the card. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Anything coming up next week?
I don't think so. Nothing I can think of. Alrighty. Well, we're going to wrap it up for tonight then. We will be back on Tuesday, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Eastern. If you haven't already, I would highly recommend that you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're joining us on YouTube. That way you're going to be notified when we go live. If you want to get on our email address and if you want to get the newsletter and the announcement that goes out that I'm even doing these videos, then go out to our website and sign up for the blog and the newsletter, and that way you will get that notification right to your email address. We send that out about an hour before we go live. So anyway, everybody, thank you so much. I had a wonderful time. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I hope maybe, if you already knew everything that I showed you, then I hope you just enjoyed crafting along with me. So, but if not, I hope I did teach you something new. So we will see you guys Tuesday, same time, same place, 7 p.m. right here at LDRS Creative. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.